Not yet. I just got a message from Disney. It said, "May the Force be patient with you," or something like that.
Be with you.
It was silly. May the 4th be with you. Message from the Disneyland app that I just got. Waiting for the Disney Bears, so we're not live yet. That's funny because it's already gone on.
Is that on the internet?
23 seconds, 27 seconds, 28 seconds. I'm sure in a minute the ball will be rolling. And the ball's rolling. Welcome to the Bears Informative Media. I'm your host, James, and we have Brian here. Say hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. He said hello.
Hello.
Hello. What's up? If you have any questions, feel free to put them into the comments. Well, the stream and Brian will answer it. Probably. Rebecca, howdy. What's up, Waka Brian and James? How are you guys doing? Surviving
Waka,
the heat.
waka.
We're a little melty. We still need to turn off the AC so you guys can hear us fine. If it's not too loud.
Because it's 103 out.
Anyway, we have 7 stories, all related to Disney, the corporation you know and love. Lets us cry when it's sad, entertains us when we're happy. What are you all dressed up for, James? Kevin Black wants to know. I'm dressed up for the news. What's what?
What is this?
What?
What is that?
What is what?
It's the screen behind you.
The screen behind me?
The TV right there that you have on. It's not playing anything.
Oh, it was
I'm
on
like, what are you
an
behind?
ad.
You, yes, you.
It's the Electric Lights Parade playing in the
No,
background.
it's not that. It's the. That's not the electric.
Rebecca
light
likes the bow tie. This is Brian's
parade.
bow
This
tie.
is not the electric light parade. That is
That's not the Electric Light Parade.
no. Oh my gosh! It's Paint the Night.
Oh, Paint the Night. Wow, that's Paint the Night playing right over there. Ha ha ha. Anyways, who wants to hear some Disney news? Boy!
Boy, oh
Brian says, boy, oh boy!
boy! Oh
He's
boy!
so excited for it.
All right, we get on with the news.
Alright, so I think I have 7 stories here. The first one from Yahoo Finance. Disney Plus first quarter estimates have reached an equivalent third of Netflix market share. Woo-yeah! Making them immediate competitors to Netflix.
A third? You mean they're better? You have to.
I mean, I can read it
Who's
or
better?
I can read it. But
Who's better?
another
Disney
story.
Or, wait. Who's better? Netflix or Disney?
Well, Netflix.
Is doing better than Disney? Is that what that means?
Netflix is doing better than Disney. Disney is suing so bad. On this other story, Brian popping saying howdy.
Howdy?
Kevin Black can't believe that I've never seen Paint the Night.
Well, you know, he don't Disney much.
Yeah, I'm here for the news.
It's Ron Howard. Live. The younger version.
Henry Winkler.
Ron Howard. Henry Winkler.
This is Ron Howard here to give you the news. Or Henry Winkler, whoever it is. No, it's Ron Howard.
Yeah, Henry Winkler was the character.
Ron Howard here to give you the latest Disney news.
The younger version.
Oh yeah, the younger version. Well, you'll see. We went into whatever movie, and we got the time machine. I asked the genie.
That's why he don't know what this madness of Paint the Night is. He only knows the electric light.
I asked Robin Williams. I was like, "Hey, can you grant me a wish, make me young again?" And so he did. And poof, Disney Bears.
Okay.
So, Disney Plus first quarter estimates have reached an equivalent third of Netflix market shares, which means they're a third as big as Netflix, but they're also at like 60 million or so subscriptions.
I'm not melting
Which
over
would
here.
be-
I'm fine.
Ha!
I wish I was frozen.
You want to be frozen? Well, you can be frozen 2 times now. Ready for the third?
Well, yeah. Well,
Has Frozen 3 been announced? Let's look that up because
No.
news.
because news. It's not.
Frozen
Are you
3.
even 21? Do you even 21 yet?
Frozen 3 trailer. Official Disney.
Oh
What you
no.
need to know about Frozen 3. There's Elsa and Jack Frost, but that is not even Disney.
That's fake. Fake news.
Disney's Frozen 3 release date 2023.
If that's real.
Probably not. The movie scoop. Ooh, scoop about movies.
Let's not go there.
Gotta have your scoops and ice creams. Oh yeah, look at that carnage. No, I don't want you to have my email. Anyway,
Back to the...
here we are. Disney has taken a beating since the viral outbreak began. Their shares are down by 28%. Shares are down 28%. You don't want to be holding on to that Disney luggage in these times of crisis. Ha 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 ha. Hardy har har.
Hey, where'd you get my bag?
Disney theme parks are shut. Live action film production has been brought to a standstill. There are no live sports to air.
Except Arizona. They're thinking about actually bringing baseball live and only having Arizona, Texas, and some other state do it.
Robert Murney McTurnanini believes Disney is well on its way, I quote, to becoming a dominant global streaming player for the long term.
Unless Apple buys it, which was in the talks. It's always been in the talks, though.
I mean, Disney would have to buy Universal first. And
They own
then
parts of it, don't they?
parts of it.
I'm surprised they don't own Universal Studios yet. You know.
McTurnan said, "We believe this suggests 39 million subscribers at the end of the March quarter, approximately 15% above consensus estimates, and approximately 5% above RBLT estimates."
Hey, Mike Wheeler says, "Greetings from Florida. I heard you have some grisly news to share."
Grizzly. That's good. I'm upset we didn't think of that first. Good job, Mike Wheeler. You've outdone the Disney Bears. It's not surprising Disney's new service is positioning itself as Netflix's main rival for the streaming king crown. Well, if they want to have the streaming king crown, they better get some Tiger King on it.
That's not Tiger King, is it?
Tiger King. The Disney Tigers. Whoa, man. Disney's rich history of content, featuring countless animated classics.
You don't want Carol Baskin to be the news, do you?
It's Carol Baskin News, howdy.
Yeah,
And its
Carol Baskin's
ownership
31
of
flavors.
blockbuster franchises such as Star Wars and Marvel makes it ideally suited for the stay-at-home period. More so when considering the majority of its content is catered for family consumption.
They're trying to get Disney up, make you stay at home and watch this so they can already create the coronavirus.
With Disney's core business shut down and weighing on the balance sheet, the figures offer much needed respite and highlight to news segment importance. The rest of Wall Street largely buys into what this media giant has to offer. The next story, you don't like this one? Okay.
Okay, well, you've hit this one enough. Let's go to the next one.
CNN, Disney borrows another $5 billion from Citibank. Bob Iger planned to retire sometime in February, but the pandemic delayed it, and he was forced to stay and help out as the new CEO, Bob Chapek, replaced him. More on this now. Disney needs credit, and has earned it. CNN Business. The Walt Disney DIS company unquestionably deserves a lot of credit. It has built a lineup of entertainment properties like none other in the world. And it has a history even older than Mickey Mouse, who is 92. So, the storied brand has fully merited the huge store of credit to get from moviegoers, vacationers, Broadway audiences, sports fans, and lots of kids, and now from banks.
And now this.
Market Watch, written by Emily Bary. Disney's main buildup of revenue is from releasing big budget films, which they hope to box office around $1 billion for example, Trolls World Tour. They only expected a tenth the revenue, so they only expected 100,000 from box office sales. But they're like, you know what? That's gonna be too complicated, so let's just go straight to consumer.
Well, how about the guy that got on Discovery Island in Florida at Walt Disney World and had to arrest him for trespassing? Wasn't he the first person they arrested?
There was a lot of news stories that were like, oh look, Disney's they're testing this attraction, they're running this coaster, they're testing these lights, and people were just like appearing into the park during the quarantine. They're like, hey, Disney's doing stuff. It's like, well, of course, you're gonna make sure their equipment still works at least.
Because they've never shut them down that long ever before.
Yeah. Oh, we couldn't turn the carousel back on. Well, time to buy a new one. Again. Orange County Register, written by Bradley McDonald. Disney delays Avenger Campus. No doy.
Because they ain't open right now.
And considers temperature checks. Imagine, there's the Disney, they're just going through the lines, shining dots on people's foreheads. It's 100 degrees outside. Well, everybody has a fever. Go home. Nobody's allowed in today if you
Social
have a fever.
distancing.
Social distancing.
6 feet apart in line.
That would make the lines just look 6 times longer because everybody's 6 feet apart. People are just going in between. Oh, thank God.
How would you sit next to somebody? Wouldn't everybody be single rider, wouldn't they? Unless you had a family.
Single rider. Only one person per set. Oh, you want... that shouldn't be too bad for Matterhorn bobsleds because you're not sitting next to anybody
well, you're sitting
anyway.
right behind or next to. Yeah. That's pretty close.
Chew! Oh,
everybody behind you got sprayed. That
Splash
wasn't the water
Mountain.
you went through. That was the new mist.
They're sneezing in the water on the Splash Mountain. It's just splashing everybody now.
They have chlorinated thing.
They chlorinade? What kind of drink is that? Chlorinade.
Oh, I don't know, but it'll be something they come up with.
A Forbes article written by Ariel Shapiro. As of Thursday, April 16th in 2020, Netflix becomes worth more than Disney. Netflix is worth $194 billion. They just got a huge spike of people signing up for Netflix because of the quarantine. It's like, oh, I'm going to sit home and not work from home because work has slowed down. A lot, very much so for teachers. My parents are teachers, and there's just a funny thing they decided to do. It's like, okay, you don't have to do any of these online assignments. If you don't do it, it won't hurt your grade, but it can help your grade. So they're saying all the kids just stop interacting. So they were having teachers sitting at home not teaching, and the kids had a much earlier vacation. They said they're just not getting anybody coming in. No students are responding to the worksheets, and apparently it's too overwhelming if all the teachers are giving them assignments every single day. You know, as they normally do. You go to school and you spend 7 hours there. You go home. What are you doing with those 7 hours? Well, not worksheets, because we wouldn't want to overwhelm the students with some painful worksheets. So my parents, they teach music, and they're like, oh no, you can't give them daily assignment, that would overwhelm the kids, so you're only allowed to give them one assignment per week. So they're sitting in for some Zoom calls, and sitting in for some Zoom calls, and another Zoom call, maybe 2 times a day, 3 days on a busy day, but other than that, they're not doing anything, and none of the students are responding anyways. Howdy, Steve Hall. He says, hi, James. Say hi to Brian, too. He would love some attention.
Boy, how you doing, Steve?
So,
small world after all. Steve Hall!
They're sitting there at home, not doing anything, but they're still getting their paycheck, so it's good that they're not losing their jobs, being state employed and all. But he says hi to Brian, too. Steve Hall says, hi, Brian.
I see that. Hiya.
But so a lot of the kids, they don't even have to do school anymore right now. And they've been even talking about not even going back in August. Doing the first, couple months, the first semester, stay at home. We'll do online.
Disney news. Come on.
Disney news. This was just like a
rant.
So while people are sitting at home watching Netflix, as if there was so much more to do, but there's not really. So, what do you want me to change this?
Click on an option below or above. There we go. Something fantastic.
Hey, it's the Lion King.
Hey, I've never seen that yet. Don't show that. It'll like block us out. There we go.
While people are doing a whole lot of nothing, Netflix got a lot more subscription, and Disney, their main revenue source comes from throwing $200 million at a new live-action movie. But because they can't have those live-action movies, because they can't group people together into the same area to film, because you're not allowed to have more gatherings than like 10 people.
What was that? I'm 6 feet away. I can't hear you.
You can't have more than 6 people on set helping you produce a movie. So Disney's like, we can't produce movies. We're not allowed to call people in.
Sorry.
And they're also like, oh, the lockdown, you can't leave your homes.
Sorry, I can't be on screen. Then we'd be 6 feet close. We have to
Brian's
stay 6 feet apart.
6 feet away from me.
Yes, I'm back here. I don't trust him.
He says howdy. Steve Hall says that he's been watching Disney Plus all day. By that, I mean Star Wars. Speaking of Star Wars, the final season of the Clone Wars has been released today. Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. Woo-hoo-hoo! Woo! Yeah! It's Star Wars Day! You know, Brian doesn't like Star Wars, if that's news to you or not, but I was a big fan of the Clone Wars. My review, 5 stars. I loved it. The characters were deep, even just like the side characters.
Asleep.
That's the Mandalorian. That's different.
Okay.
The Mandalorian. We both fell asleep trying to watch The Mandalorian. I'm sorry. Everybody loves everybody's favorite bounty hunter, and they made a new one for people to love, right? That's not Boba or Jango.
You're speaking Jango and Boba to me because I don't understand any of it.
But the behind-the-scenes filming documentary of the filming of The Mandalorian has also been released on Disney Plus. According to which article? Yeah. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Star Wars News. The Star Wars website. StarWars.com. The news section of that. Yes.
Oh, also Disney released the Droid Depot app for the custom droids today.
The Droid Depot app. Kevin Navarez. What's up, James? What's up, Kevin Navarez? Everything's fantastic. Yes, here we are.
Hello. I've said hello.
Disney Gallery. There it is. Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the final season. I like this series because even like the side characters, they were still given like more deeper backstories. It's not like there was a throwaway character. They even went into the lives of the clones and shed more light on those people and the trauma they went through to get to where they are and what's left of them. But of course, this takes place before the 3rd movie. Rebecca says, Brian, don't be shy, say hello.
I did, I said hello.
Steve Hall says he's still on the 1st season. There's 7 or 8 of the Clone Wars seasons, I'm pretty sure.
Never seen any of them.
All amazing. What, Brian?
I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't seen any of them?
Not the Mandalorian, no.
Not the Mandalorian, yeah. I mean, the Clone Wars. The animation looks kind of weird at
I've never
first.
seen the Clone Wars.
Oh, man. I mean, you don't like Star Wars, so what's it to you?
But it's May the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least you mentioned it.
We mentioned, yes.
But
yes,
I hate Star Wars, yeah. So, yeah.
And a little
Shut up
behind the
now.
scenes funny. We're like, okay, let's do a live stream
what's up,
Monday.
Kevin?
I was like, okay. And then yesterday I was like, wait a minute, May 4th. Wait a minute, National Star Wars Day is on the same day. We didn't intentionally put this stream on Star Wars Day. It just happened to be Monday, a night where we sometimes stream. And I didn't even realize it was Star Wars Day. It's like, oh, it lined up perfectly. So, another story. Anyway, at the end of 2019, Disney's stock was worth like $256 billion. I have it right here. Yeah, $258 billion. This was on the Forbes website. At the end of 2019, Disney was worth $258 billion. And now it's somewhere close to $184 billion. So it's fallen like $70 billion. Imagine how many park employees you can pay for that. But anyways,
Didn't they release the Star Wars Resistance animation series on Disney Plus today? That's what Steve Hall said. Well, weren't you on it all day? Yeah. Did they?
Yeah. What? Huh? Hey, today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you, Rebecca. I just clicked for her. Yep! It clicked for me yesterday. I was like, oh wait, Star Wars. But anyway, Disney isn't able to put out, I heard that, I thought they pushed Mulan back to be released in June.
The release of Star Wars Resistance animation series on Disney Plus today.
Let's see, what is Mulan's new release date? March 27th, 2020. So it's already out. It's a PG-13 rating by the MPAA. It was scheduled to be released March 27th, 2020.
July 24th.
Yeah, it was delayed to be July 21st.
Now.
So in 2 months.
Are you sure we're going to have, hey, I don't know. At least you can't talk. You're 6 feet away from me in the movie theater.
Yeah. That was one of these articles also mentioned. Disney was like, hey, what if we do movie theaters, but people can only sit in every other seat, which, have you mind be, is not even 6 feet. It's 3 feet, maybe, if you're lucky.
But then you'd be talking more and people would be louder and people would be like, shh, more, because trying to talk to your buddy that's 6 feet
Steve
away.
Hall says Black Widow was delayed until November.
But then there's talk that Disney may not even open until 2021.
Disney is going to
do,
take the first opportunity they can to reopen.
Yes, but the first opportunity for live sports events and everything won't be until 2021, they say.
Really?
That's what I've heard.
Well, if California forces them to stay shut.
That's why the president also said he ain't enforcing anything. So there's no more restrictions as far as the federal government goes, which means if they keep everything closed, there's no more influx of tax credits or anything coming. No more, what's it called? That we all got the $1,200, the stimulus.
Stimulus
There's
checks.
no more stimulus checks if the federal government says, oh, well, we are not putting a ban on anything. Now it's the governors. So that means each state is stopping everybody from getting money now because the government's not going to pay you any more stimulus. Because the government didn't say they're on lockdown anymore. They said, it's up to the governors now.
True.
So it's not federal anymore. Now it's state.
From our experience, by just people, traffic is picked back up. Business is doing normal. The restaurant.
Mulan, thumbs down, not excited.
It's like, oh, we're not doing the Huns. We're fighting a witch. And I'm like, huh? I want to see.
What does that have to do with Mulan?
They changed the big bad guy. They changed the bad guy for the new Mulan movie. It's a witch now. I know. I was like, I want to see the dude play the big scary guy with the hawk. I guess they couldn't hire a person who knew how to.
Maybe they hadn't have a Falcon trainer. I don't know.
Rebecca says, no, I love the drive-ins. I'm glad they're coming back. Yes. We had a customer the other night pick up their food, and they're like, hey, do you have some utensils? Because I'm taking this to a drive-in movie place. I'm like, oh, drive-in movies. Yeah.
Of course, Arizona here, we didn't shut down much. I mean, they had nail salons open.
Ha! Yeah. I
They're
know.
essential, I guess, here. So golf courses,
I have a friend who has a hair cutting business, but they shut down. So
well, yeah, some stuff does. That's weird.
Yeah. The Huns that attacked China. Steve Hall said it was Huns that attacked China. Yeah, I mean it's the Chinese virus that attacked the United States.
Wasn't Mulan based on a true story like Pocahontas? Pocahontas
isn't a true story.
You said you did a report on Pocahontas.
I did a report on.
Wasn't it? Mulan or Pocahontas? Pocahontas.
I did a report on Pocahontas. It was for my cultural diversity class. They're like, hey, I want you to find a movie that takes a cultural or racial group, and then you have to do an essay, a presentation, a class presentation on whether or not it racially stereotypes these people. And I was like, you know what? I'll pick Native Americans. I'll watch Pocahontas and see if Pocahontas does stereotype Native Americans. And as a character, Pocahontas was a big stereotype. But all the rest of the characters, they were not too bad. I mean, they had the shaman smoking a pipe and whatnot on the smoke called making. It's magic, wizardry kind of things. But that was just a class presentation. That maybe, oh, Pocahontas is an untrue character, and the story of Pocahontas wasn't even true either. Yeah, they didn't become friends, let's just say, at the end. And let's also say they didn't leave either and go back to England. And I saw Pocahontas 2 when I was a little kid, and it's like, oh, that was kind of an interesting movie. Anyway, let's see, what else? Is Avenger Campus, of course, and considers temperature checks. Everybody's sitting out there in 100 degrees, hot and sweaty. Hope you all have viewers. Go home. Yeah. And, did I already mention this? Disney borrows $5 billion from Citibank. They already had like an $8 billion contract that they planned to pay off, and another $5 billion contract that they planned to pay off over 5 years, I believe. But because their productions came to a stop, they had to take out another loan to keep paying people. And now they're at like $13 billion. They owe Citibank like $13 billion or something, or $18 billion.
They'll just buy Citibank and own them too.
But the biggest wrench that this is, well, of course Disneyland's shut down because they're having a bunch of people together, but they can't get enough people on set because California's like, oh, you're not allowed to leave your home. You're not allowed to have gatherings of more than like 5 or 10 people, so they can't get enough people to come together and finish producing these movies. What they could do is like, oh, they can have people animate stuff from home if they have the correct amount of equipment, but they could send them the equipment if they have money, but that doesn't seem to be the route that they're taking. They're just like, okay, Disney, their productions, their films, they could have some people animate movies from home, because a lot of people do that, like on other YouTubers, they just do animation stuff, and that's like their primary source of getting revenue. Steve Hall says, Pocahontas did come to England, but she was forced to. She didn't choose to go, like Pocahontas 2 made out. Yes, this is an example of how the movie was changing things. What else have we got here? Yeah, so Netflix is worth more than Disney Plus. A lot of movies, well, Trolls 2 is going to be released, but because they couldn't get people to come into the theaters, so they're like, oh, we'll just put it out on Disney Plus. People can still watch it. But all the other movies, they're like, no, we want the box office revenue, so let's hold off on that and wait for, you know, the lockdown to be lifted. So then when people go back to the movie theaters, then we can be like, okay, we're showing the Jungle Cruise, finally. And then they'll get the box office money. And then they'll be able to throw that in a new film, which they can get a bunch of people together to start making. Basically, they're just waiting this out.
Do you think this is going to be like a lull of like next summer because they're not filming stuff for next summer? That there's going to be a lull of no releases of films?
That's entirely possible.
Or very few?
They'll just have to not do live action films.
Just any film in general, any movie company.
Well, they can probably still have people do animation. Like,
so maybe probably influx of cartoons and animated stuff.
Yeah, like cartoon things. But not like Dumbo. That has a lot of 3D stuff and CGI, and that's much more computer intensive to make 3D models and whatnot and have them move around. So Frozen 3 is not going to be coming around anytime soon, because that's not even, they can't even
I don't
do
think
that.
Real.
It took them a while to get the Grinch movie, and that had all the 3D modeling, even though it looked very simple. So they're kind of looking at basically 2D animation like Pinocchio, the first Dumbo, the original Lion King. Do we have to say original anymore? It's the same story, just one of them has
live action.
Yeah, one of them's fake live action. Or unless they got real lions and put them on puppet strings. Oh no, we have a story of lion abuse. Oh wait, no, this is Tiger King. My bad.
I'm just thinking,
where's Carol Baskin?
Carol Baskin, 31 flavors. We don't use any inhumane in our ingredients.
Steve Hall says, I know they have said Doctor Who Christmas special is nearby done. They're just adding elementary effects, and they have been sending them in home. So maybe studios could do stuff at home. Yes. That all depends on whether the individuals who create this stuff are equipped to do that from home.
The Doctor Who Christmas special. I don't know what you said.
It's Who's Christmas?
No, Doctor Who.
Yeah, they'll be like, who's Santa Claus?
No, I thought you said somebody else's Christmas special.
Yeah,
I'm like,
the Doctor Who Christmas special.
I
But
thought
that
you
has
said
nothing
something
to do with
else earlier,
Disney.
like the Grinch.
I did say the Grinch earlier because that's 3D
But just
animation.
now I thought when you were
Wow.
reading that said the Grinch too.
I was looking at, do you remember
I
Jumanji?
don't
The rhino scene where they had all those rhinos? That was all CGI, and it said it took them a year to get that. Just that one scene with all the rhinos. Because they wanted to make them lifelike. And they had like the big fangs and whatnot.
And you yell at me for taking 11 hours to make it.
You can't cut a 20-minute video in under 6 hours.
Shut up. Perfection.
News. That's what this is.
News.
It's news to me. What? You're not done yet? Well, this is news to me. And Artemis Fowl. Set to release on Disney Plus June 12th. Artemis Fowl is based on a popular book by Eowyn Colfer.
There's a fowl. Get your gun.
It's ducking around. There is no eye in this movie. Where there's an eye in Disney, but not in duck. Artemis Fowl, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Hall. I know they has the. Oh, that's the same thing. But I was about to read the same comic twice. You having fun over there, Brian?
Yeah, I'm having a good chin wag over there.
When I was a little kid, when I was a young warthog, I read the Artemis Fowl books, and it's about this super duper. Steve Hall now says the effects on Jumanji don't look as good as they did when it came out now. The original one? Well, yeah, because
they haven't aged well. Well, that was then. This is now. Now it's quicker and faster and easier to edit and do 3D effects.
Well, I thought they used to use like puppets. Oh, let's have a puppet.
Well, back in the day of Steve Willie and everything, they used to hand draw every damn cell to me. Now it's all CGI. It's all computer. It's like
yeah, that's why Frozen was 3D and not 2D made.
2D made?
Yep, drawn. Make every slide by hand, like Pinocchio. And Dumbo? Was Dumbo also made?
Yes,
Bambi was made that way, right?
Yes. All the way through most of the 80s, everything was hand drawn. Then after Lion King, I think that's when they started CGI stuff around that time.
We'll have to figure out like the first Disney CGI.
Well, it was probably Toy Story.
Yes!
I think that's what the first one Pixar made anyway. Wasn't it Pixar?
Yeah, Pixar started doing that.
Yeah, and that's the big one.
There was also Monsters Inc.
There may have been. Well, Toy Story started first, I think, and I think that started off everything.
It was the original Toy Story. It was only like $4.20 on VHS. Was it on Laserdisc? Toy Story?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, so it came out in the 70s.
No.
So the 80s.
90s.
90. Oh, I thought Laserdisc was 70s or 80s.
No. Laserdisc came out before VHS, but it was weird because it was in China, or Japan, whatever. My point is, look into it. It's crazy. But no. They were making Laserdisc up through 1998 or 99, something like that. So anyway, that's why it would be on Laserdisc.
There was some CGI on Tarzan. He was swinging through the trees. Was that the drawn up one?
Tarzan though is after Toy Story, so. After Toy Story came out in mid 90s, I think it was 92, 94, something like that. Everything around that forward, I think, was mostly CGI. Once they realized.
Rebecca says, "Sing it, James." Should I sing their song?
What song? Well, you're gonna lose it.
When they were on Lion King, they were talking about the Hakuna Matata, and then Pumbaa has this little bit.
A wonderful phrase.
Means no worries for the rest of your days. Anyway, my whole point
means no worries for the rest of your days.
Disney is
it's our
problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
Okay, there you go.
What? I'm reporting this live. All the glass shattered in the Bears Informative Media Studio. What? You need to get those replaced ASAP. It's too hot. It's melting.
My finger phone ain't working, sir.
Tarzan was after Toy Story, Steve Hall says. Dang, Toy Story is older than I thought. But the whole point was Disney's revenue is dropping because they're not releasing new things, and they can't release things or make things because they can't get people together to make it. Because their business stream is not designed for this. They need people to come together and create the big budget films. That builds up hype for their company in general. The people get excited, they watch a new movie, they go to Disneyland, or they go on vacation, they have the happy memories, they buy Disney Plus, they buy merchandise, like plushes, and coloring books, and movies. Yes. And all that stems from their ability to create the movies in the first place. But they can't do that. So they don't have their main revenue stream, and everything downstream of that revenue, which sends stuff, they're all shut down too. They have nothing going on. They just had to borrow $5 billion from Citibank and give it to employees just to stay open for a little longer. To, try to wait this out.
No, I heard they also laid off all the employees. They'd have to rehire them all back again before they go.
Our one friend was like, "Oh yeah, I was in Disneyland the other day. We're doing like maintenance or something." Didn't we get that message? I thought it was during a live stream. I thought.
Oh, yeah, Bart, Eric, barbecue.
Anyway, Avengers Campus is delayed, of course, because they can't get enough workers inside to help build the place.
Well, actually, construction is like open on roads and stuff, so why wouldn't they have construction open there? Because you can get 6 feet apart from somebody working on construction.
Here they're allowing construction out.
They've never closed down construction ever here. Because they said you can be 6 feet apart. I watched the live thing of that. But anyway.
But are they still doing construction in California?
I thought so. Yes, they were out. I saw road construction. People were walking around filming around Disney. They were doing road construction. So why wouldn't they be able to do construction inside Disneyland?
Maybe because they're like, you know what? We only have so much money. Let's not spend money on building up this attraction.
Well, they have to anyway. Might as well get it done.
But they've
already budgeted the money for that though.
Yeah, but now they're not getting more money in, which means their budget's off. That's like you buy a house, and then suddenly your income gets cut.
It doesn't
way
matter. They've
down.
already put the money into it, so they might as well finish it.
Well, they probably think, oh, we might not get the money out of it, so let's stop where we are and take this money that we're investing in there
and
spend it in other places to keep us afloat. Steve Hall says they got a lot done on Adventure Campus before they shut down. That is true. It was very close. The rides are probably getting like their touches up. Maybe some things are getting painted. Light bulbs are getting put in. That's probably all they.
If you look at the Howard Johnson camera once in a while, I guess my friend Amy was sending me stuff that there looked like the monorail's been running once in a while. There'll be people walking around doing stuff, maintenance. So I mean, there are people there doing stuff, but very skeleton crew.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
Because they're all dead. Skeletons. I don't know.
California's an empty state now.
It is. They had a drone fly over and showing the roads how empty they were. But I don't know if everybody after they got their little influx of money.
It was funny when they first started this. They're like, "Oh, you're not allowed to go to work." I was like, "Yeah, vacation. Let's go to the beach." And then traffic was way worse than before because everybody was trying to go all at the same time.
Oh, but people, if you get unemployment here, only until July though, are making I can make just as much money not working, or more than I make now.
That's what I heard. One of the kitchen lady's husbands makes $3,000 and they don't have to work at all right now.
Yeah,
a month, $3,000 a month to not do anything.
You get $200 on top of the thing, on top of your unemployment, which is $600, and then $200. You get $800 a week here.
Christy Kidd says
July.
Disney Shop has masks, but they won't ship until July though. We're selling masks. However,
they relax
delayed.
things. Now you have to wear masks in Costco and some grocery stores. I was like, they're relaxing things, but now they're bumping up. And now we're starting to wear. Well, you have to wear masks to come in here now. What the heck?
You have to wear masks to go into Disneyland. It'd be a great way to conceal our identities. Incognito bears. Can't see their faces. Steve Hall says the Quinjet that's going on the roof at Avenger Campus is backstage, ready to be put in place. They probably need like cranes and other heavy machinery to get that ready, though.
You know, that
Maybe
one
like,
person
hey,
that a couple
you're not
people that
allowed
have
to
to
go
operate
where
that.
Therefore, you stop. Yep.
It could be way more than 6 feet apart.
Christy Kid says, "Hi, Brian. The bank isn't the same anymore. Yeah, they close early. How dare they?"
I know, it's not. I don't see you anymore. Of course, I have to go through. Last time I went through the bank, I had to go through the drive-thru, and it took, what, an hour?
You said there was like 25 cars. It was
Something.
wrapped all the way around.
Yeah, from the exit of the drive-thru to the entrance, around. And it took 20 cars or so, but it took, well, almost an hour. At least an hour.
Christy
line.
Kid says, "I quit."
You did? Literally? Or are you just saying, I quit? You did?
I mean, we've had
Oh, unemployment. You get paid more anyway, right? I mean, we don't condone quitting your jobs, and yeah. Anyway, this is
and if you do terrible things on purpose to get terminated, you won't get unemployment because you were terminated.
Well. Oh, got another job. Oh.
Steve Hall said
Oh,
that's
no, I won't
probably
see you at
why
the
they
bank
stopped
anymore.
construction, because they can't get
My
the
personal
bank.
banker has left the building of the bank.
You mean your bank account manager?
No.
No.
You restricted spending on that.
Is there a job opportunity to become the Disney Bears banker, Brian? Because I have some financial experience.
I thought you already took that from me. I got no.
I mean, I can
allowance.
take your money and manage it.
That's what the bank was for. That was Christy's job.
Christy Kid says that they're going to open soon again.
When they open.
Oh, it says that we have to go to Disneyland when they open.
I
When
know,
they open.
right? Whenever that is.
Whatever that means, opening. What's that mean? Oh, there's just a dark video.
It's not even on. Huh. I don't know what that is.
It's an ad. We're
Refrigeration.
just playing some older videos in the background.
Yeah, well, okay, that's nice.
Paint the Night Parade. Whoa!
Again? It's a
Again.
different angle. It's from actually
It's from the ground.
Disneyland. No, it's from Disneyland. Not
A cockroach POV. Disney Night Paint the Night Parade.
Cockroach POV.
Cockroach POV. Disney Night Paint the Night Parade. Imagine if we titled that Cockroach POV.
Flying, we had to wear masks also on United Delta in Alaska.
I saw a video from this journalist who was going to Washington to see. There was a march.
Were you there when this flight attendant came in and said it's scary that they have like no flights and they're $29 to go from California to
$29
Philadelphia?
for like huge flights.
Yeah, $29.
I
and all
wasn't,
it was,
but you told
she
me
just
about
said she
it.
didn't want to say it, but poor people were the only ones going, and they were all coughing, and she's like, recirculated air up there. I'm like, well, don't they sanitize and clean planes like I've heard after every flight? No, once a day if you're lucky. That's what she said. So, yeah. That was all a lie, too.
Yeah, that's what when my family went to Ireland 3 summers ago now. We all wore masks, except I took mine off like halfway through the
But that was
flight home,
before
'cause it was this
anything.
year. I know, but that was just in general because we knew the cabin air was circulator and it was uncleaned. I think we might have even wiped down our seats with sanitization
You guys are
cloths.
weird, though, so it doesn't surprise me.
Brian over here thinking he's funny. Him and his clean list. I hate clean. Oh no! Get your Clorox away from me.
I'm melting.
No, don't disturb the dust. I want it where it is.
No,
I'm like, is this a book or a laptop? Anyway, there's a bunch of dust. It's like a thick layer.
I clean everything. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't clean your airplane seats? That's a weird thing to do. Your words.
They're
your
cloth.
words.
How do you clean them? Clorox wipes?
Well, shirts are made out of cloth. How do you clean those?
You throw them in the wash machine.
Well, there you go. Just throw your chair in the washing machine. It'll be grand.
Just throw it out of the plane window. It'll land in the ocean. They'll pick it up and they'll be dry it off and it'll be fine, right?
Yeah, it might smell a little seasoned
Fishy.
salt. Yeah. I mean, yeah, who knows? You might find the daily catch inside your chair. The tasties. And who said airplane food wasn't good?
I don't know. I haven't been in an airplane since I was like 22 years old, so back when they had the dinosaurs and the pterodactyls grabbing on each wing and flying it through the air. I mean, it's been a long time.
Well, Brian over here showing his age.
No, I ain't showing. I'm selling.
Yep. Well, it's showing through perfectly, just like those airplane windows. It's like everybody's trying to sleep on like a red eye, and there's that one person who's never seen clouds before.
Red eye. It means it's dark.
Oh my god! Wow! I can see the ocean!
A red eye. There would be no light coming in on the red eye.
That wave looks so tiny, but it's huge! Everybody else in the plane? Close your stupid window! We're trying to sleep! What's that? Whoa, cloud! I can see the jet propellers!
Propellers? What kind of plane were you flying?
The jet engines. Christy Kidd says, did anybody try to get any Star Wars merch from Shop Disney today? They launched the virtual waiting room. Didn't go well. The virtual waiting room? What's this? What's this? What is a virtual waiting room?
Didn't go well for you.
You know, they should make virtual waiting rooms for all the rides so we can continue to walk around and look at other rides while we wait for the ride that we want to ride in Disneyland. You know, what they do for the new Star Wars ride. But for all the rides. They wouldn't have to worry about being 6 feet apart in lines because there wouldn't be any lines. It would be all virtual. Spreading internet viruses. Yay! Much safer to manage. Just turn off your phone. You won't get an internet virus. Yay! Do they call massive, like, you know how there's like email chains that have viruses? Would they, if it infects a bunch of computers, would they call it, we're having an internet pandemic? Woohoo! Rebecca says, James, smart survivor. Christy Kidd says, I'm getting a mask for my phone.
The Shop Disney merch in the UK sucks. Getting a mask for my phone then.
It has open holes.
I wonder if...
Help me, my phone's suffocating. It can't talk. What? It's a little muffled. I'm trying to watch a YouTube video.
I can't through this.
I can't hear you guys through the phone. James, Brian, speak louder. What's that? Quarantine?
Well, yeah, there's a monsters on TV. They're quarantined off. I don't know what they're doing. They're playing Paint the Night with the Semi. Oh.
There's Sully. Hope he doesn't sully himself. Christy Kidd says, yeah, the merch wasn't all that. I wasn't too disappointed. I didn't get anything.
I didn't even know there was merch. See, I failed there.
Steve Hall, I think I saw someone waited 5 hours online just to get the Baby Yoda Build-A-Bear. I think it's funny.
Baby Yoda
Apparently
Build-A-Bear?
Actually, Yoda's baby.
What? May 4th, Brian. Get with the program. I know that! May the 4th be with you. At least today.
Christy Kid thinks it's ugly.
Yeah, most babies are.
Yeah.
Especially if it's Yoda's baby.
Well, look at its ears! It's like Hippo, but I mean, it's like Dumbo, but green. And it's wearing a tiny trench coat. Whoa!
Oh, how giddy you are!
Now it can be protected from the rains on Dagobah. Ah! Quick, it's got a stick. It's beating R2. Whoa!
Is there any? Is that? Did we go to the last story yet? Come on.
I went through basically all of them.
Basically, did you talk about Artemis Fowl? We started, then we
I talked about that one.
You backstabbed.
So, Bob Iger, Bob Tigger, he planned on retiring from Disney.
Yeah, we said this one.
But the pandemic kind of stopped him from doing that. Bob Iger! So, what's his face? Bob Chapek replaced him as CEO, but Bob Iger wanted to retire, but now he can't because he still needs to help Disney.
Well, I don't know why the new guys can't help Disney.
Yeah, I'm confused. It's like, well, if you guys aren't making movies, you don't need to make
and the Disney parks aren't open.
Yeah, it's like, what is there to manage?
Manage the finances going down?
You gotta manage staying at home? Bring back the pager. Rebecca. democracy kid. He was going to collect more money from unemployment.
Right?
I don't know. When you run a multi-billion-dollar business like that,
I don't know.
you can well, he has nothing to do right now. He's like, yeah, I can just sit in my office, collect a fat paycheck. It's all good. So good. And anyway, The Mandalorian, the behind-the-scenes documentary of The Mandalorian came out. That should be on Disney Plus, as well as the final season of Clone Wars, which, very good series. I loved it. I need to get around to rewatching it sometime. I watched it with my little brother. He also loved it. He's 13. And the last one, Netflix is now worth more because their business model is, okay, we have so many people give us money, and then we just need to spend that money to get the rights to shows. But Disney needs to create the videos themselves, and they can't do that, so they're dropping down as a business.
Okay, you weren't Artemis Fowl, though. That's the last thing you was talking about before you started drifting off to your parents' schooling and this and that, and then we start.
Yeah, that Artemis Fowl is the very last one.
You already started.
Written by Jessica Figueroa.
I know, but you started talking about that, and then you stopped. So we're on that. You were going to show the picture of the one with the storks, but then you couldn't find it. But that was the last thing because we did that the not live version, and there we go.
So Artemis Fowl, I saw this. Artemis Fowl debuts on Disney Plus June 12th. So next month. And
That's
a
a
tiny
little
bit
kid.
more than a month. Yeah, he's a 10 or 12 years old, Artemis Fowl. He's a little kid.
Secret
and
agent?
he's
What
the
is
son
this?
of a crime lord. And he's finding magical fairies and dwarves living beneath the Earth's surface. And they kind
That
of
looks
want
like
to
Stargate
destroy
behind him. What is that?
civilization. It's Artemis Fowl. Behind him, I have no
It looks
idea.
like a Stargate. What is that? It sounds like what is it called? Where you do
Psychics?
something at EMT or
DMT?
EMT where you take it and you see little fairies and dwarves and stuff. I don't know. That's what that sounds like to me.
I don't
Sounds
know.
like you should lay off
Artemis
the
Fowl
draw
could have been
drugs.
based upon a little kid taking DMT.
Well, that's what it sounds like to me. I mean, so I hear. I've never
When
done
we
it 'cause that's
watched-
hard to come by. I think I wouldn't know. We've never done it. But anyway,
I'm gonna watch it through that lens when I see this. Like, I'm just gonna imagine the whole time this kid just, DMT, and now he's going under the earth and finding the fairies and the dwarves, and they're like, we're gonna take over your planet. And he's like, I will stop you.
I know who Humphrey the Bear is. First you bend your back, then it in the sack, bump, bump. Then you bend your back, then it in the sack.
Then you break your
That's
back
the way
'cause
to
you're
start.
old.
It's a lot of fun. Bump, bump, bump. Papers, put papers in the bag. Yeah, anyway, yes.
Papers in the bag? Newspapers? Wow, you're old. The former newspaper, New York Times. Anyway, that's Artemis Fowl. He has a
Oh, look, it's a Mickey phone. Well, it was.
Mickey
It
phone.
went away.
Phone Mickey?
Phone Mickey. Mom. Mother's Day.
Yeah, I feel like Disney Plus has a relatively small collection of things that are on it. They don't have anywhere near the collection that Netflix does.
Yeah.
And their business model doesn't work for quarantine world. Like Netflix is perfect for quarantine world.
Well, it
but-
does because you're quarantined. What else did you watch? Disney Plus or Netflix?
I know,
Or both.
but
But isn't there still Disney stuff on Netflix or not anymore? Maybe not. But Hulu, they bought Hulu. Hulu cares, really. I mean, who really cares?
and they have Fox
There's
Sports.
those
You can
jelly
buy
monsters
that.
behind you again that just came on. What the heck? It's pieces of gum that are talking.
It's a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a piece of gum. It's Toy Story.
Okay.
So this concludes all of the news I had. Do you have any final notes, Brian? Or as we should call them, footnotes, because you're 6 foot away from me.
Yeah,
As you
I have
do.
to send it as a telegram from over here. Hang
No,
on,
you
your
need to send it
fingerphone
as an
still
email.
work?
You have to get
I
way
have to
too
tell
close.
you.
Oh. Bring, bring, bring. What's that? Bring, bring, bring. Bring, bring, bring. Bring. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, it's me.
Hi, Brian. It's James.
I was
How's
just
it?
howdy.
Howdy!
I was just letting you know I don't have any notes. That's all. What?
No, no.
I can't hear you. My finger's in my ear. I can't hear nothing anymore.
Try speaking louder into your
What?
pinky.
Oh, I'm using it the wrong way. I'm speaking in my thumb and my pinky's in my ear.
You're holding it backwards. You're holding
What?
it like this. Oh wait, no, we're
No,
talking
that's-
over a phone.
wait.
You can't hear me.
Oh, my arm
It's
cramped.
like this, Brian.
Wait.
Brian, hello? I don't hear
hey.
anything.
Now my thumb's in my ear.
Well,
Hello?
thank you for watching DBIM, the Bears Informative Media, where we inform you on all the delicious Disney news that's relevant to you and Disney. At least I would hope it's relevant to you. Otherwise, we'd just be sitting here for an hour talking about
stuff.
Yeah.
That you've just been talking about.
Christy Kid, you have a great day as well. And we will see you.
Have a great night, Christy.
Later.
Love you.
Also,
love you all.
Disney Bear Talk Show will be
Wait.
coming eventually.
When?
Eventually! Next time! Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye! Okay, and the stop button's right here, and...